Okay, so what's up? Okay, so I just did a reading and everything was okay. The moment I decided to do this reading, it's like my mouth got dry. Uh-oh, we got some cards that fell out here. Okay, one situation, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Somebody is exhausted. Oh, look at that. We have a victim. Somebody playing the victim who is under judgment. So, I mean, I hope they get their shit together. Okay, there's an angel around them witnessing. So somebody is in spiritual court, which means that maybe a crossover loved one is in the courtroom with them, witnessing what is happening. So, of course, this is spiritual court. Okay, spiritual, not anything physical. I don't pick up any physical court situations. Harmony in reverse. So, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Then they have repose. Somebody was proven guilty. So, okay, so this portion, this person, they passed their test in spiritual court. Okay. So, hip hip hooray. So, the message for this person now is to be more optimistic about the future. Okay, with the judgment card there, that's Archangel Michael. So, discernment, you know, um, discernment, truth. Okay, that there was a lot of people involved in this situation. This person is kind of like they freed a lot of people. Okay, they liberated a lot of people by passing this judgment. So very good for them. Okay, but when it comes to the opposing party that was found guilty, there's a connection to this first situation here. I tell you, the devil is never around. Um, the devil is never around, but at the same time, it could be the Hierophant too. Okay, because this definitely looks like some type of a lesson. I can't really see what it is. I don't really care when it comes to this opposing energy. I don't really care. So it just looks exhausting. It looks exhausting. Like I would be exhausted to read it because it's more worldly. Okay, so so it's kind of like, okay, so imagine that you have a catalyst, which is the teacher. So the teacher has two students. The teacher favors one student over the other. So, the catalyst has been a little unfair. Okay, so the catalyst is going to represent the sage, somebody who has and holds the authority, the spirit of a sage. So usually a sage is connected to animals. Okay, so it's kind of like, um, you can tell that this person, when it comes to animals, it's like it's giving pity. This person pities the quote unquote underdog, but I don't think that this person, these two individuals, they had the same opportunity. They were given the same test, they were given the same instructions and lessons. One person was given more support than the other who had less support is the one who passed. So it's giving me kind of like corruption, but there's something that this sage needs to learn. This sage needs to learn, about fairness. It's kind of like the student has taught the master about that, like fairness. The catalyst knows better than to do that, but they did what they did. So I mean, they favored somebody specifically, but that person was not innocent. So that really shows and reflects the discernment of the teacher. So that's what I'm saying. you know I think that this catalyst saw this potential in this person and they were threatened, which is why they worked harder to rise up the wrong one instead of the right one. So this whole situation was so unnecessary. If everybody just played their role and did what was expected of them, this wouldn't have gone on as long as it did. Everything in which that has happened, that has taken place, it didn't have to happen. It was so unnecessary. So this person is going to be compensated. So we're talking to the person who this reading is for. You are going to be compensated very beautifully. You know. So it's your time to sit in the seat of the catalyst. Okay. I don't know what that person was thinking. They know better. That was very dishonorable of them. It's giving me like hypocrite. You know, I understand the hypocrite. But it's kind of like, you know, like stop, like snap out of it. You're bored. You are bored. You need to be coming up with new ways. Like if you have been doing something that you have been doing for a long time, you're bored with it. So it's like come up with new ways to have fun with it, or let it go and try something new. So, you know, the punishment for this Hierophant, for this catalyst, is going to be exhaustion. Like, they're not going to feel inspired. You know what I mean? Like, it's more so of inner motivation, inner encouragement. Now, this person is going to need that from the outside. But my thing is, the person that is replacing the catalyst, well, there you go. Now you're going to be in the seat of the person you favored. The two of you are going to be going through a lesson together. You know, you were so for this person. You know, now it's kind of like you have to learn with them. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're going to see how you act and you behave, because, you know, you real tricky. You have like behaviors. Maybe you need to go to a class in the mystery school to where they deal with behaviors. You know, your ass gonna have to go to Anubis. I don't think you want to go there, and I don't think you want to go there based off of behavior, because that's exactly what this is. This is not no past life trigger. This is not something. It is definitely a connection to a past life. And when it comes to the mystery schools, motherfuckers are in session. The mystery schools are in session. So I'm just saying. And when we talk about the mystery schools, of course, we're talking about those that are chosen, you know, those that are gifted. Those with a different type of DNA strands. You know, once you enter into this, it ain't no stopping. It's going to keep going. So you got to learn how to push through, you know, the boredom. Somebody is just like, I'm tired of being here. Somebody is tired of being a teacher in the mystery schools. It's kind of like they were a student of the mystery schools. Then, you know, they became an assistant. Then they became a teacher. You know, and for a long time, they just have been teaching, but they're tired. They're sitting there, they're thinking about what else, what more can I give to myself that I can be more to me? You know, I need more fulfilling other than, you know, this call or this purpose. We all understand where the fuck you coming from. Stop crying. And nobody is going to have pity for you in the decisions in which that you're making when it comes to you, you know, playing your role. You got to keep this shit going. Somebody's just complaining. Oh, they don't get it. They don't understand. Blah, 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 blah. You know that. That's why you are here. Stop focusing so much. Stop focusing so much. Because you're making it seem like you have to do so much. All you have to do is be yourself. There's some type of pressure that somebody is under to be, I don't know. It ain't what is expected of you, that's for damn sure. So it's rebellion. You know, you're rebellion. You're rebelling. What is it? Are there rebels in the mystery schools? Are there people protesting against the mystery schools? Well, so you got rats in the camp. Well, where the cats at? Where's Basari? You need to bring her back in. You know what you got to do. Okay. We've we blow everything out. Okay, so in the position of the crown, we have the Ace of Wands. Wow, look at that. And we have transformation, the Death card. Queen of Swords, Three of Cups in reverse. Reversals are the past. Angel of Science in reverse. So I pick up something here about mixing. Uh-oh, I hear the sirens. Ancestors is at work. Yeah, I was just about to say, because there's a situation here to where it's kind of like you can't mix everybody. Like, you can't mix all your friends. And some people are just not for everybody. Some people are very popular, very external, very relatable. You know what I mean? Very, has a lot of charisma, has a lot of charm, you know, fits in, you know, but some people don't, you know? So there needs to be some type of boundaries here, I feel like, with connections. When it comes to your soul family and when it comes to people that you connect with only on a human level. You know, you can't mix the juices, honey. Okay, can't mix the juices may have something to do, you know, with sex. The Ace of Wands does represent the magic stick, the male phallican. Okay, it can also represent attraction. You know, a new attraction. It's mutual, okay? But this is also inspiration. This is the catalyst of life, is passion. To be living, to be able to maintain the gratitude of living. Passion, excitement, fun. You know, you don't have to burn it all up or burn it all out, but with this card, you're going to be receiving new energy. Okay, so the thing is that you want to balance out your energy, because you don't want to just blow through it and burn it out. Next thing you know, you're exhausted, just like the individual that we had to talk to on the outside. Okay, so make sure you're getting your rest. Okay, and make sure that what you are putting your energy into, you know, like, I don't know. I want to say makes you happy or excites you. Okay, something new. You know, rising above the norm. You know, wanting to be more. Inspiration is the seed of love. Sometimes we can feel dead inside, and then somebody comes around with this light, and this light is so beautiful, and it's just like, wow. It feels like you awoken, or if you had like a dark cloud over top of your head, it's like somebody comes in and just blows that dark cloud away. Okay, with the Death card here, this is very quick. Okay, whoever needs to leave your life at this time, let them go. Getting rid of the old, making way for the new patterns, new cycles, new way of thinking. Okay, so that would explain the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this Woman of Science here is going to represent strategy. So we're working with the fire and the air element. Okay, so that air element, you know, air manipulates fire. So it can go whoosh, or it can be, you know, as gentle as a candle. Okay, so I feel like it's like if you are attracted to somebody, it's kind of like this person kind of has you vulnerable. You know, like they have a little control over you. But I think that you like it. It's like a new you know. Maybe it's kind of like the real you, and feeling comfortable that you can be that, you know. Especially if you're a man, but you don't have to be a man, but it's kind of like if you're a man, it's just like, ooh, a woman that knows how to make decisions, you know, or it's like, ooh, a woman who knows how to take control, you know, a woman she's not too easy, you know, but she's not too hard. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who is not approachable, you know. They kind of have that glass face, you know, like when you see the girls, you're just like, hey girls, hey, you know. Queen of Swords is just like, hey, what's up, you know what I mean? Okay. It's kind of like somebody humbles you. They humble you in a way because it makes you feel okay. It makes you feel okay. It's kind of like, ooh, they understand, or ooh, they get it, you know. Like, I can relax. I don't have to have such high expectations for myself. You know, I don't have to hold myself to such a high standard, and I don't have to beat down on myself when I make mistakes. So, you know, who somebody is, it frees you, it liberates you. You know, I think mentally, this is, you know, this is very empowering for the masculine energy within both women and men. So I believe that this Queen of Swords individual is kind of like their muse, you know. And the thing is that this person is focused. You know, their focus, this person thrives off of their mind. So whatever they have going on, like when it comes to writing, speech, because I'm picking up neurology, okay, neurology. So something going on with the brain, definitely sapiosexual, okay, giving me sapiosexual vibes. Whew, what else? It's given mysterious. You know, I think that what this person is chasing, and because it's like maybe you can see the strategy, but you don't see the vision. You understand what I'm saying? So, but you notice that this person is focused on their vision, but you're just like, what do they see? What is that? I mean, I don't see it. I'm curious as to see what they see. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but it's a star. You know, it's far out there, and she can see it. Okay, so you can understand why she would be super focused on it, because it's kind of like so far away. It's such a bigger picture that, you know, you just can't see it. Okay, let's say it's a part of a bigger picture and she sees her place within that picture. Okay, so you may not be able to see it, but she sees it. This could be also be vice versa. Okay, you could be going through this. I think that mentally it frees you too, to know that it's kind of like, oh, I don't have to worry about this person because they're independent. You like that they're independent in the way that they think, in their detachment. It does come off cold, it does come off a little hard and guarded, but I mean, anything precious is worth protecting, right? So yes, she is protecting something. Her sights are set on that star. Okay. It's kind of like, you know, like she's not really worried about you. And when I say that, it's like you're glad. It's like she puts fire under my ass, or he, it doesn't matter. They put fire under my ass, but they're not all up in my ass crack. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they set your ass on fire, you jump up and you just take off. They're not trying to control where you're going. They're not chasing after you. They're not right on your heels. You know, it's like freedom, it's like liberation. This person frees you, this person liberates you. So this must be the person that we were talking about, that was in spiritual court, that was proven to be innocent. Okay. Mm. Somebody is happy. You must be happy for this person, this woman, this man, whoever they are. You're happy for this person, because it's kind of like you can let go too. Maybe you felt like you had to do something. Well, that's probably why you have that inspiration. You know, don't sit around and watch some bullshit happen to somebody else. Speak on it. Say something. Or stand up. You know, this too is how we create justice for ourselves. Let's say if we was bullied when we were younger, but somewhere later on in life as an adult, you see somebody else getting bullied, you don't step in, you don't say nothing. Well, shit, you deserve to be bullied at that time, because your future self knew that there was going to be a situation to where you were going to be tested if you were going to take up for somebody, or if if you weren't. So, you know, the universe, God already knew that you weren't going to take up for that person. So God had you go through things to, it's like God had you go through things so when this situation came up in the future, you would be able to empathize with it. So you may empathize, but you still don't do anything to correct it. So it's kind of like, well, shit, you know, how you feel about your past goes out of the window. And you can sit there and you can live in the trauma of your past, but you have to take the opportunity to correct it, because you do get many opportunities, but there's always that one specific opportunity to where you show up in the right place at the right time. It's like it was destined to happen. You were destined to be there for that moment, for that person. That is the gate. Okay, so you may miss that opportunity, but shit, another one will come around. So when I was working on my mental health this morning and just kind of confronting some of the negative energy, I started, wait a minute, I don't think I'm supposed to say anything about that. Okay, excuse me. Well, I'm not going to talk about that then. Okay. So I can't give all my mental health secrets out, okay? I can't be exposing too much of the things in which that are going on within my mind, okay? So that is a part of mental boundaries, okay? I can get it off my mind, but I don't need for people to hear. You know what I mean? So, okay. But, I don't know, somebody got you open. It's like your mind is open. This is openness and vulnerability. It's like following your bliss, following your passion, prioritizing feeling good, following that good feeling. But my thing is that this is a gift. So you don't have to follow anything. Once you receive it, it's kind of like just flow. Okay? So that's going to be the reading. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.